In this video, we're going to focus on how we can continue on with our 9-grid box chart. And you can see here now we're going to put in images for the circle points here. And these images will have a nice hover effect, exactly matching with the image. So to create the images for our 9-box grid chart, we need to make sure we have this already. And this here you can find in my new video here, or in this video, on how to create a 9-box grid chart in chartjs 4. If you want the source code of this and many of my other videos, check out my Patreon here on patreon.com/chartjs, where you can get all the source codes of my videos. So I want to convert these items into images. And the images I already have here, you can see here we have a cat image, which is 50 by 50 with a transparent background here, and we have a dog image with a transparent background with the same 50 by 50 pixels in dimension. We're going to put them in here. So how do we do this? Well, let's scroll down here, and the first thing what we want to do here is we're going to say in chartjs that our current chart allows us to create images of a point style. So we're going to say here use point style, set this on true. The moment we do this, we save this, refresh, it becomes just circular, and that's fine. But now what I want to do is I want to specify specifically the point style. So the point style here can be any shape. We could say here rectangle, and if I do this, save, refresh, you can see they're becoming rectangular. However, I don't want that, I want an image. To get an image, I want to connect them with a specific link. So let's start to put in here first the image link. So I say comma here, and I'll just say image. And then all that I will do is I'll just grab the cat image link, which is just on my desktop. So I'm just going to put it like that, but make sure this is a string value. The next thing what I want to do is comma image, but now we're going to get the dog image here, which is as well on my desktop or documents folder. So if I save this, refresh, nothing happens yet because the images are not being recognized. So what I want to say here now in the point style, instead of searching for the circle or rectangle, I want a very specific image. So what I'm going to say here, I'm going to make a callback functionality and say this is ctx, and I put the function arrow expression. Now let me just show you what is in the ctx so you have an understanding. So do a console log, save this, refresh, open up developer tab, and you can see here we get all the information here, but eventually this is the information I need, which basically gives me the information of the object of the data point. So this is very important. So this is the object, but related to the specific data point, and it loops through it multiple times. You can see here all the information of the data point. This is 66 by 90, that's this one here. And then with the other one here is 10 by 10, that is this coordinate here, the red one. Alright, so it understands this. So what I need to do now is get the specific image URL. So for that, how do we get there? Well, let's look here. If I click here on raw, and then go to image, we find the image of cat. And if I go here on the 66 by 90, we have here the image of dog. So it does recognize it already. Let's do this. So we say ctx.raw.image. Save, refresh, and you can see here now cat, 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 dog, 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 and etc, etc. So it loops through it multiple times, but that's alright. Doesn't matter at all. So now what I want to do is I want to create the image. So what I say here is constant point image, or anything you want to give it your name. And then we're going to say new, say image, and then we can say here what is the size of the image. Well, since I have an image of 50 by 50 in dimension, I'm going to keep it by 50 and 50 pixels. Of course, you can make it any size you want here, even rectangular if you want. So it's up to you. So you can put in here any value you want. This is the width and this is the height. Next, what I want to say is where is the image source or the link. So the source that I want to copy is basically this one here that we just grabbed. Once I did this, I'm going to say here return, say point image. Save this, then refresh, and as you can see here now, we get now our items. But if I hover over it, you might say, well, if I hover here, it doesn't pick the specific value here. So let's expand this hit radius. To do this, I'm going to go here down, we say put a comma, and we're going to say hit point radius. And since the image is 50 by 50, I want to make this hover effect at 50 pixels, so it should be fine. So if I hover now, very clear. All right, that is not hit point radius, probably it's point hit radius. My bad. Save, refresh, try again. There we are. I guess we're slightly outside of it because it's a radius, so we can do here 25. So it is 25 pixels from the center, so it's 25 here, and from the center here 25 makes it 50. If I refresh, we should have now the correct one. There we are. You can see it exactly on the border itself. There we are. Beautiful. And that's basically it.